Right here is the Memphis Convention Center. And I'm getting ready to head underneath the overpass to I-40. I can feel a little bit of breeze coming from the river, just a little bit, but it's still pretty warm and humid. Like, it feels like the upper 70s temperature wise. Wow, a random tire is laying right here. It's obviously a bad tire. So peaceful, it's so peaceful over here. You can hear the birds chirping right along the river. It's a nice little trail, you know, underneath the bridge from the pyramid, and then eventually to the actual waterfront. But here we go again. This is a beautiful shot right here, because you see the sunset right behind the bridge, and I could actually see the "Welcome to Arkansas" sign from this view, from this angle. So that's really neat. That's how close Memphis is to the state line of Arkansas. So you see a couple of people riding the e-bikes, the electronic bikes. It's a really nice area to ride the bikes too, you know. It's always nice to ride bikes along the riverfront. I remember a couple of years ago, matter of fact, it was 4 years ago actually, I visited San Diego, and I was over right by the bayfront actually, near Seaport. And I remember riding, they had those electric scooters. I think Lyft had sponsored them. You had to have the Lyft app basically to activate the scooters. And I remember riding around in those scooters right along the waterfront. It was just a really, really relaxing experience. Unfortunately, I didn't have my GoPro then, so I don't have any footage of it, but it was really neat. It was an awesome experience, to say the least. It's a beautiful juxtaposition. You can juxtapose the city skyline and the sunset alongside the Mississippi River Bridge. And I must say, while I'm on record, I must say, out of all the videos I've recorded thus far and the cities that I've visited, this so far is the best video, in my opinion, that I've done so far. I can't wait to actually, you know, sit down and edit everything, and I can't wait to do that. I'm very excited about that. I think I'm gonna ride out to Clarksdale, Mississippi tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Most definitely. And if I have time, I'll come and check out East Memphis as well. There's some really nice places to see in East Memphis as well. They also have the Stax Recording Museum. I think it's a museum. It used to be a studio for Stax Records, an old record from back in the record label from back in the 60s and 70s, I believe it was. That's right here in Memphis as well. If I have time, I'll go check that out as well. Before I ultimately turn it in. But see, guys, right here is the Tennessee Welcome Center. I passed by this earlier and didn't know what it was, but yeah, this is actually a welcome center that's like right next to the riverfront. This is the first time I've actually seen a welcome center that was like smack dab in the city. It's closed right now because it's after operating hours, but I just wanted to check it out. Here's a marker right here. Talks about the U.S. Supreme Court ruling as it pertains to Overton Park and I-40. In 1971, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the state of Tennessee could not go through Overton Park to build I-40 based on environmental issues. This east-west interstate now follows I-240 around the north side of Memphis. It remains the only incomplete section of I-40 identified in the June 29, 1956 Act that established the U.S. interstate system. So yeah, so I-40 was not, they wasn't able to complete I-40 through Overton Park, which is actually where the Memphis Zoo is located. I haven't got an opportunity to visit there yet, but yeah, I-40 couldn't go through there because of environmental issues. So that comes with building highways, and of course you have the cars that travel the highway that emit you know, carbon monoxide and all those different things. So yes, there are environmental factors involved in that. But yeah, oh, that's neat right there. It's like an egg. It's like a sculpture of an egg. It says the home of blues, birthplace, rock and roll. And the actual welcome center is officially called the B.B. King and Elvis Presley Welcome Center. So those two names are really synonymous with the city, as you can see. As I make my way towards the riverfront. How you doing? And it's pretty neat too. They have music actually playing out the speakers. Again, Memphis is known for its blues, rock and roll. Blues and rock and roll, man. It's soul music as well. So you can also say that Memphis is like another music city in addition to Nashville. Not quite sure what this structure is right there, if it's a railroad. Looks like it's a railroad. Here I am at the Memphis River Park, and this is what I was talking about earlier, where it comes to these riverfront parks and how they're landscaped. I've always found that very fascinating. It's a nice place to come, bring, you know, and socialize. And, you know, with me myself, I like to write. I like to write poetry. So this would be a perfect place for me to sit down and just write poetry and get motivated by the serenity of this park and the fact that it's by a riverfront. They also have gardens right here as well. They got, as you can see right here, the plants. They have some more over here as well. And over there, as you can see, they have seats over there where you could come and sit down and have a romantic evening with your significant other. You know, you could bring the kids to run around out here on the grass. You could bring your laptop and, you know, be creative, do some work, whatever it is. A lot of things you can do here. They have a swing right here. You can also ride your bicycle over here. It's a nice tree right here. I like how the swings sit right underneath the trees as well. Yeah, but this area is known as the River Garden. I wonder what that building is right there. Looks nice though. And here we are. Here are the waters. These are the waters of the mighty Mississippi. Come to think of it, this is actually my first video recording the Mississippi River. Again, Mississippi is the longest flowing river in America, and perhaps North America. It's one for sure. It's one of the longest flowing rivers in the world. But yes, this is the mighty Mississippi. There's so many big cities and small towns that are, you know, located alongside the Mississippi River. Yeah, it looks like that's a railroad for like a trolley or something. I think trolleys used to ride down here. I think it's a trolley stop. And it goes like a river boat right over here. Also of note, the Mississippian Indian tribe were the original inhabitants of this land, and I believe it's somewhere around here they have like the burial grounds for that Indian tribe as well. So that's just something I felt that was worth noting. If it wasn't right here directly, it's somewhere within the vicinity as far as the burial grounds are concerned. But yes, the sun is definitely setting right now, and again, this is really peaceful setting because I mean it's right alongside the riverfront. Even if you look at that sky, look at the cloud formations, that is really, really nice. Makes you appreciate nature even more. I know it does for me. The night sky and the sunsets, the sunrises. So imagine living and working like I'm pretty sure they have, you know, there's people who lodge, AKA rent a hotel room, or there are people that may have apartments and lofts, or may even work in an office space downtown in one of these high-rise buildings. And could you imagine being able to work or live and being able to look out every day, whether it's morning, noon, or night, and have this breathtaking view? I mean, that's always been a pretty cool thing to do, you know. But yeah, there goes the Memphis river boats. You can actually ride these boats and have sightseeing cruises You can have private events. I mean, they host private events. They host school events, field trips, things of that sort. But yeah, right here on the Mississippi River. And also like that bridge, I'm not sure what that bridge is called, but there's a bridge right over there as well. It looks like a railroad bridge though, more so than it does a automobile bridge. And there goes another construction site to add to the downtown district of Memphis, and to add also to the riverfront. It's either going to be a hotel or a residential building, like some apartments or something along those lines. I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar on it. Guess we'll find out in a year or two. And I definitely plan on coming back to Memphis in the next year or two to do another video. Wow, would you look at that? I like how the clouds are reflecting on the water. The clouds and the trees. This is Union Avenue right here. Again. Like some old buildings over here. Some older brick buildings. Look like it used to be a warehouse, or perhaps yeah, I'm not quite sure. From this distance, it looks like a warehouse. It used to be a warehouse or a factory or something along those lines. Being that Memphis is a city alongside the riverfront, I think historically they used to they had like cotton. You know, they're like right by the Mississippi River, so they had cotton merchants, and I believe that's a cotton factory right here in the far right. And like I said, a lot of these buildings have been converted into apartment buildings, lofts, things of that nature. And these are over here, more modern buildings. Now this is actually the AutoZone headquarters building. AutoZone Auto Parts is headquartered right here in Memphis. As we saw earlier, AutoZone Park, where the Memphis Redbirds minor league baseball team, they play their games at AutoZone Park. And there goes like another residential building, like a apartment, condo. It might be apartments or condos. Heck, it might even be a hotel. I can't really tell from this angle. But there goes a Hyatt hotel. And a lot of these cities that are built along the Mississippi River, cities like Memphis, you know, they have like what's called bluffs, river bluffs. So they got you know, some of them, they have like a little bit of elevation to them. You know, except for like New Orleans. I think New Orleans is below sea level, but they don't have any elevation. New Orleans has virtually no elevation whatsoever. Wow, that's a nicely architected, carved out. It looks like it almost looks as if I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like this is carved out to look like a ship of some sort, or some form of water vessel. I don't know if it's a boat, ship, but the way it's architected, it looks like it could potentially be a ship of some sort. But yeah, it's really peaceful to hear that water going along that. There it is right there, a bit of a closer view. I like that, how that's architected. Whatever this is really, really dope. It's like some paddles that are rotating up at the top, and they're made out of like steel. That's pretty neat. Wonder who sculpted this. This is really nice. This looks like a bell that was sculptured out of metal or steel. I think it's steel. Yeah, steel, which is a form of metal, of course. Let me walk around here. As you guys can see, where we were earlier at the pyramid structure with the Bass Pro Shops is now illuminated. The Bass Pro Shops logo is illuminated in green, and you can also see the bridge right over here. It's illuminated as well, and the colors are changing. It went from red to orange. I mean, that's really, really neat, man. I had no idea Memphis had such a nice riverfront park. I'd say they definitely have Nashville beat as far, I mean, but you know, the thing about Nashville is riverfront park, or their riverfront in general, is that It's a little further inland. And plus, the Mississippi River is just a much more vast river, so there's that. As you can see these plants right here. Boy, a little drained, a little tired, but you know, it's worth it. In the name of beautiful scenery, I had to come check out Memphis. Oh wait, there's more. There is more. Most definitely. Yo, what is this right here? Hold on. Wait for it. Yo, look at this, man. What is this? It looks like a fish. It looks like the mouth of a fish. Yeah, it is. Like a largemouth bass. Wow, it's called the Big John. That is a very, very interesting sculpture right here. Named for John Stokes Jr., founding chairman of the Riverfront Development Corporation. Shout out to you, Big John. You have a largemouth bass sculpture dedicated in your honor. And there goes the gentleman right here. They have his image right there engraved in this marker right here. Yeah, they did a good job with this riverfront part. I must say that I'm very, very, very impressed. I'm not sure what this is. This is like a little area right here you could chill. A little bench right there. Not quite sure what this is. Looks like right here is a slide or something. It's nice to see the beautiful people out here today as well. How y'all doing? Before I proceed, I gotta get a picture of this right over here. Oh, and by the way, Memphis is the largest city in Tennessee. I forgot to mention that earlier. This is the largest city in the state of Tennessee. And from the looks of it, they have one of the most developed waterfronts in the South that I've seen thus far. The jury's still out on that because I haven't been to New Orleans yet. Another city I would like to check out is Vicksburg, Mississippi. That'll be somewhere I will go in the near future. I haven't been to St. Louis's Riverfront Park yet either, so the jury is still out on that. But thus far, when besides St. Louis is more Midwest, but as far as southern cities are concerned, Memphis thus far has been the most developed waterfront riverfront that I've ever seen. Coming up on some type of structure. I think it's called the Bill Street Landing. Now would you look at this now, I'm not quite sure what this building is called. I'm not even sure what it is, but I'm about to find out. Is it a restaurant? Not quite sure. But apparently it's above it, it's like a bridge, which I'm about to walk over in just a second. Again, there goes another view of that illuminated bridge. I believe it's a restaurant. There has to be a restaurant. It looks like a restaurant. I'll check that out. It's a riverboat. That is dope. Really, really nice. When I was in Chattanooga 5 days ago, I recorded some footage on the Tennessee River, like on the Chattanooga's riverfront. But after I got done recording, as I left, the riverboat literally just came on the shore, and I missed it. I was so mad. I didn't miss this one though. It looks like it's carrying cargo. It's like one of those cargo ships. It's not like the riverboat that people go on and, you know, socialize and get all dressed up and chill on. Now this is actually a cargo ship or cargo vessel making its way across the Mississippi. Yeah, this has to be a restaurant. I can't see it being anything but that. And what I like about this riverfront is that there are so many like angles that you can get of the bridges and the actual water. The buildings of downtown, all of that.